Good morning. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students, we welcome you to Portland High School and historic James J. Fitzpatrick Stadium for this morning's Class A South playoff match between the visiting Blue Blazers from Westbrook High School and our own Portland High School Bulldogs. We'd like to thank today's officials, Mr. Ronald Kramer, Ms. Rita Brown, and Mr. Michael Andresen. Portland High's athletic trainer caring for the student athletes today is Mr. Ryan Lucas. Now for today's starters. For visiting Westbrook. 0, Jason McCarthy. Number 2, Victor Kayemba. Number 5, Jason Shackley. Number 7, Jonilson Goins. Number 8, Austin Leclerc. Number 9, Hamza Nabi. Number 10, David Hakuba. 14, Ryan Stone. Number 29, Rodolfo Matonga. Number 30, Khalid Elhai. Number 28, Nolan Cleves. Westbrook is coached by Mr. Vince Nacita. Now for your Bulldogs. Number 1, Nicky Pellegrini. Number 2, Max Pearson. Number 3, Brady Thorpe. 4, Finn Tidd. Number 5, Ollie Hittenbach. Number 6, Ford Myers. Number 7, Jack Fink. Number 8, Costa Medelkovic. Number 14, Ben Diana. 19, Martin Halal. And in goal for the Bulldogs, Ben Littell. Portland is coached by Mr. Rocco Franzelli. We now ask that you please rise, focus your attention to the American flag, and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, recorded by our own Portland High School band under the direction of Miss Jane Soto.
Welcome everybody to Fitzpatrick Stadium, where in today's preliminary playoff game is between the number 7 seed Portland Bulldogs and the number 10 seed Westbrook Blue Blazes. Portland will start off with the ball. Portland in blue, Westbrook in white. Hatton back. Can't keep it from rolling out of bounds. So Portland with an early chance.
And that was, if he could have kept it in bounds, he had players in front of the net. But, you know, that's a good challenge right there to let Westbrook know they're starting out early.
Portland finishing the season with a record of 9 wins and 5 losses. Their last regular season game was against Thornton Academy. It was a win 5-1. And Portland's best win was against the number 6 seed Wyndham. It was 3-2. On the other side, Westbrook finished the season with 5 wins, 6 losses, and 3 ties. Their last regular season game was a win against Bonnie Eagle, 4-3. And their best win was against South Portland, who's the number 5th seed. It was a 2-0 win.
Well, that's good. Both teams finished the regular season with wins. So coming into the playoffs, you definitely want that. And we got to see Westbrook play against Deering.
And we also got to see them against Portland as well. That game was a 4-1 victory for Portland. And Tower forces Westbrook to kick it out of bounds, so Portland will get a corner.
Nice early corner kick here to try to set something up.
It's going to be taken by Paternity. Kalala heads it up. Still not out. Fink. And Fink is called. No. It's going to be a foul on Jonathan Gomes. So Oliver Hattenback will take the free kick a couple yards back from the 18-yard box.
Wow. Another early try here for Portland. If he can curve that in to the opposite side of where the goalie is right now, that could be a nice goal. Upper corner, if he can curve it.
And it's bobbled a little bit, but McCarthy is able to fall on top of the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly where he was heading. Away, but it was deflected. And so he couldn't get it over there quick enough. Good try, though.
And it's going to be out of bounds on Portland. To note about the last time these two teams played, Portland ended up getting the first score a minute and 30 seconds into the game. And there was 3 penalty kicks in that game as well. 2 for Portland and 1 for Westbrook.
We've covered a lot of soccer, both boys and girls this season, and that was quite a few penalty kicks in one game.
And it's going to roll out of bounds for Shackley. Under 35 and a half minutes to go in the first half. It's out to Fink. Fink will get it up to Nedeljkovic, and it's almost taken away by Westbrook, but Portland will keep it. Paternity will get it to Kierstead, and it's almost taken away by Nobby. It's back to Fink. Tower gets fouled by Ryan Stone.
Wow, Portland starting off here with a lot of free kicks early in this match.
And it's going to roll out of bounds for Hattenback.
Well, and speaking about penalty kicks, now that we're in the playoffs, they have games don't end in ties. So you were watching a match last night, Seth?
Yeah, I was keeping up on the Falmouth game against Kennebunk, and that ended up going into overtime, and it was tied 0-0 after the 2 overtime halves, and it ended up going to penalty kicks.
And so that's the difference now that we're in playoffs. No ties.
Now Djokovic will get it to Tower. And the ball's kicked out of bounds by Hamza Nabi.
Boy, the action is pretty fast and furious here this morning. Back and forth.
Taken down by Fink, but it's a turnover. Fink will track back and get it away from Matunga. Nabi will get it back. Kalala will take the ball away. Paternity will get it to Hattenback, but it's kicked out by Elhag.
Just a little bit too far.
Paternity will cross it in. It's off the hands of McCarthy, but Westbrook gets it out.
Well, very fortunate there that the ball ended up where Westbrook players were.
Hattenback crosses it in, and it's caught by McCarthy.
Well, so far, all the pressure's been put on by Portland.
Fink will get it to Najokovic. And Kalala will kick it out of bounds for a Westbrook throw-in. Paternity, and it's taken away, so there's no foul. And it's kicked up the field. And there's going to be a foul on Westbrook. It was a push by Matunga. Just under 31 minutes to go in the first half. Tower. And it's kicked out of bounds by Ryan Stone. Myers can't cross it in. It deflected off of Shackley. Long throw in. Can't be headed away. And just over the head of Najokovic.
Oh. And you could hear the groans on the Portland side as they saw what you see on the screen, that it was just over his head. He was waiting to try to drop that in.
And it can't be kept in bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for Westbrook. And it was a throw-in violation Kalala can't keep it, but Fink will get to it. Tower, and it's a foul on Portland. It's the first whistle on Portland. Under 29 minutes to go. And as you can see in this game, there are 3 referees instead of 2 like in the regular season.
And the other thing that I notice is the referees on the sidelines are carrying the flags. I don't think I've noticed, or maybe they did in the regular season, but I'm just noticing them now.
And I believe that was kicked out of bounds on the end line, so it's going to be a corner for Portland. It was kicked out by Khalid Elhag. Paternity will take the corner. And it's off the head of Gomez. And it's out of bounds, so Portland will get another chance at the corner. This time it's going to be taken by Oliver Hattenback. And we're going to get some subs. And it's off the outside of the net.
Oh, jeez. It's amazing how close all of that is when you're trying to kick it. You know, it's not like when you're, using your hands in sports, you can have a feel for the ball or, the sense of how far you're going to throw it. It's on your feet, and your feet are covered in shoes, so
Myers will back heel it. It's taken away. It's kicked up to Matunga. And it's a slide tackle by Fink. Fink will win it for Portland as the crowd gives Jack Fink a hand.
That was a great battle. And the good thing about that is there was no whistle, no foul, just a great battle for the ball.
It's kept in by Nedeljkovic.
That was a beautiful header.
And the pass to Hattenback is taken away by Stone, but Portland will get the ball back. It's out wide to Myers. Myers will keep it in. He'll chip it over the defender. Hattenback will cross it in. Elhag can't get it out. It's back to Hattenback. And McCarthy is there to pick the ball up.
Well, and you got to think that at this point, the way Portland's putting the pressure on, it's just a matter of time before they get a really good shot on goal. I mean, they're controlling the ball pretty darn good on the sidelines.
Kalala, get it to Tower, back to Kalala, and the pass to Nedeljkovic is taken away. Tid will get the ball. Tid try to get it to Tower, but it's too far out in front.
And you can, well, I can hear the coach for Westbrook pleading with his team to run up the field because they've only had one person One Westbrook player up there. What's that, number 29, Seth? I can't really see.
Rodolphe Matunga is the only one that's been up in Portland's territory.
And so it's been tough because they've had 3 or 4 defenders on him, and he's had no one to pass the ball to. It looks like, and so here we go. And he finally gets a couple players up there, but Portland's defense has been relentless.
Paternity will get the ball down.
What a battle.
And he gets it to Fink. It's picked off by Walsh, but it was Fink who got it back. It's out wide to Hattenback. Hattenback will get into the 18-yard box. Samuel and Francisco Samuel with the goal for Portland with 22 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time. They've been really putting tons and tons of pressure on that Westbrook defense, and it finally happens. It took a little while.
So Portland now leads 1-0. Also to note, the winner of this game will travel to Deering to play the number 2 seed. Myers can't take the ball away from Stone.
Well, and if it happens to be Portland against Deering, I can envision the stands over there at Memorial Field will be packed.
It was a foul on Portland, so Ryan Stone will take the free kick. And it's headed towards the net by Nobby, but Littell was there to get the ball. It's quickly up the field. Malones can't bring it down. Samuel to Paternity, and Paternity will kick it towards the net, but Jason McCarthy gets an easy save.
And I believe that's Westbrook's first real chance on the Portland goalie.
It gets up to Walsh, and Walsh can't bring it down in front of him.
Well, and it looks like Westbrook has changed their setup now and bringing more players up. I mean, at this point, being down by 1, you do want to play defense, but you need at least a goal.
And I believe that was deflected. It was a shot by Rodolphe Matunga, but Littell is there to save it. Littell gets it up to Samuel. Elhag will get it out wide to Shackley. Stone gets the ball taken away. Paternity will get it to Samuel, and it's too far out in front of Kalala. And it's in by Oliver Hattenback. And that was a long-range goal.
Wow, that was a laser shot.
So Portland now leads this game 2-0 with 19 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the first half.
Yeah, that was a tough one for the goalie to see. There were a lot of players out there when he let that shot go.
It's backheeled to Malumba, and Littell slides in before Matunga could get there.
Well, another good opportunity by Westbrook.
And it's booted back down the field by Stone. Howe is there to get it back for Portland. It's kicked back to Fink, to Howe. And it's out wide to Hattenback, but it's too far out in front of him, so it's going to be a goal kick for Westbrook. Into the middle of the field to Tidd. Tidd will kick it up to Samuel, but he's offsides.
Well, almost a good golden opportunity there.
Ball's taken away from Kahaba. It's out to Hattenback. And the pass to Kalala is wide. Paternity will keep it in, and it's kicked out by Nabi. Quickly taken. Handback will keep it in. He gets it into the 18, and Nabi's there to kick it away. And Howe, tracking back, gets fouled. Ball is taken quickly. Hattenback will cross it in. Samuel, and it goes by Francisco Samuel. And Nico Malones kicks it out of bounds.
Yeah, they had two players there with an opportunity to put it in. And I think sometimes when you rush the kick, that happens and you can roof it. But, maybe next time.
So 16 minutes to go in the first half. Malones can't get the pass. It's going to roll out of bounds.
But, this is the Portland team keeping the Westbrook team, making them have to think what's going to happen.
Kahaba can't get by the third Portland player. Samuel.
Nice move. Oh, another nice move.
It's passed to Myers, to Howe, out wide to Hattenback. Hattenback will cross it in. It was intended for Paternity. Myers can't cross it in, and it's kicked out of bounds for a goal kick. It's headed down by Nobby, and it was a high kick on Charles Howe. Free kick is going to fall into Ben Littell. Quickly taken. It's headed to Hattenback. And Hattenback tried to cross it in, but it's right to McCarthy.
And you could see the frustration for Hattenback as he hits the ground with his fist, because he really hustled to work at that. And, you love to see that determination on a player. Not a frustrating move, hitting his hand on the ground, but like, darn, I was that close.
It's going to be a throw-in for Portland.
Yeah, that throw-in by Westbrook, I think, hit the referee on the sideline. So Portland was able to bring it back up where the ball initially came in.
Stone kicks it high into the air, and it's going to be a foul on Westbrook.
Well, so far we've seen a number of fouls, but nothing too bad that it would be a yellow card. Mostly just, a push here, a push there.
Malone's got to it. It's going to be kicked out of bounds on Westbrook under 12 and a half minutes to go in the first half.
That was pretty amazing that it got down there, and there were a couple of Portland players just waiting on that.
Tower can't cross it in. Gomez can't keep it. It's taken away by Fink. It's out wide to Fink. Lenge. And Hattenback is there to get his second goal. It's now 3-0 Portland with 11 minutes and 44 seconds left in the first half.
Well, so as I was saying, Hattenback was the one that hit his fist on the ground in frustration the last time, and, look what happens. He ends up with a goal.
And there was no Westbrook defender where he was. So as soon as he got it on his foot, it was just him and the goalie. And he picked the right spot to get it into the back of the net.
So he worked really hard the prior drive, and he's rewarded this time. That's the hard work you put in. You get rewarded for it.
Kalala will get it out wide to Lenge. And it's going to be a foul on Portland. And another foul on Portland, making it now 5.
Yeah, the fouls are now starting to pile up.
Ten minutes and 15 seconds left in this game. And Littell gets there before Hamza Nabi.
And now Westbrook's got to get back.
And it's going to roll out of bounds. Trying to get it quickly up to Hattenback.
And that's what Westbrook now needs to worry about, because now they're bringing more players up because they need to score goals. And, you know, if Portland can quickly get it past all of the players up there and past the defense of Westbrook.
It's crossed to the other side of the field. Lange brings it down. And it's going to stay in. Lange deflects it. Gets to Tower.
Oh, he deadened the ball perfect.
And it's going to be a free kick for Portland. Just outside the 18-yard box.
Yeah, and it, you know, as a player, if you can deaden the ball, you can move it so quick.
Hattenback will get it in, and it's on the outside of the net. It was Nick Paternity who got a head on the ball. Paternity will head it out to Hattenback, but Shackley tracks back to get the ball for Westbrook before kicking it out of bounds. It's kicked up. Kierstead misplays it, but Portland will keep it. Lange will kick it out of bounds. Pressure from Nolan Peace. Matunga can't get it out wide to Shackley. Paternity will get it out wide to Lange. Lange crosses it in, and it's over the net. Under 7.5 minutes to go. Portland's leading Westbrook 3-0.
Oh, nice reach in with his foot in between the players.
It's going to be out of bounds on Portland. Tidd heads it up to Kalala, and it's taken away. Gomez will get back to the ball. It's back-heeled, but Myers takes the ball away. It's going to be passed to McCarthy. It's kept in bounds. Tidd can't get it away from Matunga. And the pressure from Matunga forces Tidd to kick it out of bounds.
Well, and that allows the defense for Portland to come back up. And, Westbrook is just one little lucky break away from, a breakaway. So Portland still needs to be very careful.
It's headed towards the net by Malumba. And Paternity gets it down the field. Elhag having to kick it out of bounds with pressure from Oliver Hattenback. Hattenback will take the throw in. It's going to be to Samuel.
And that was a penalty push.
Yes.
I could hear the whistle, just wasn't sure.
The free kick was right to Samuel, but it was kicked so hard that it went off of his foot back to the player that did the free kick.
Ooh.
And a tough challenge by Manasi Mavungu.
Yeah. And no yellow card. I mean, it wasn't malicious. It was just a hard.
And it's in by Max Kierstead from the free kick by Nick Paternity.
Wow. What a header. Look at the celebration. Wow. Long free kick and a beautiful header to the opposite side of the net. Amazing. You love to see plays like that.
So the goal was scored with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first half. It's now 4-0 Portland over Westbrook.
And it is so difficult to try to get that ball to go where you want it to go off your head. But if you get it just right, you can direct it. And he directed it perfectly.
Gomez will get to it. Kicks it to Nabi. And it's misplayed by Malumba. Portland will get it down the field. Takes a deflection. Fink will cross it in. It looked like almost a handball. It's going to be a foul on Portland. Under 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Malumba can't get it by the second Portland player. And it's going to be a handball on Portland. 2 minutes to go. Paternity will try to get it up to Hattenback, but it rolls out of bounds. Long throw in. It's up to Hattenback, but Elhag will kick it to McCarthy. It's not out just yet, and it's Gonna roll out of bounds for a Westbrook throw-in. Samuel can't win it from Elhag. Tid will take it away from Matunga.
Beautiful play by Ted.
Tid will get it up to Hattenback, but the pass was a little too strong. And it's going to roll out of bounds for a Westbrook throw-in. .40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like Westbrook's content with taking their time. Paternity gets it up to Samuel. Paternity and Elhag will get it up to Gomez. Kalala is blocked by Gomez, and it's going to be a foul. Got to take it quickly. Hattenback will take it, and McCarthy's there for the save. And the horn will sound for the end of the first half.
And what a first half it was for Portland.
Yeah, Portland has a commanding 4-0 lead.
Wow, it just was amazing. I mean, both teams came out moving the ball. The play was quick. A lot of energy on the field at the beginning. And then it was just a matter of time for Portland to start to, to put it together. They were relentless.
And Portland looked like the dominating team once they scored that first goal. And it's probably because Westbrook has to push the ball, their players up to score any goals, and that leaves the defense thin on the other end of the field.
Yeah, and the guys on the outside, the way they moved the ball down the field, it was pretty amazing to see the speed getting around the corner. The passing was crisp. It was just amazing. The defense for Portland, really, they did a great job. It may be 4-0, but Westbrook seemed to, they had their moments. Just the passing just wasn't there. It was the defense for Portland.
And so the goal scorers, it was the opening goal by Francisco Samuel. Oliver Hattenback got the next two, and Max Kierstead got the header for the fourth goal from a free kick by Nick Paternity.
And that was beautiful. I mean, that free kick was from distance, and it just curved right over to him, and his header into the opposite side of the net from where the goalie was stunning. It was a beautiful piece of work.
And so those are your goals for this 4-0 scoreline. Portland ahead of Westbrook after the first half. And we'll be back for second half action. And here we go for the start of the second half. Westbrook elected to get the ball to start the second half. So everything gets sorted out. The clock has started. We'll see what both teams talked about at halftime. Kalala heads it down the field. It's going to roll out of bounds for a goal kick.
Well, and Westbrook's going to come out, and they got to make up a 4-goal deficit. But Portland also has to make sure that they don't take any pressure off and allow Westbrook a easy goal or...
And it deflects off Nedokovic from Nolan Peace. 1 minute gone in the second half. And it can't be kept in bounds by David Kahaba. It's kicked up the field, and McCarthy will get there before Brady Tower.
Yeah, and as a goalie, you have to make a decision. Do you think you can get there before the opponent can get there? Because if not, you got a wide open net.
And a pass threads the needle, but Kosta Nedokovic hits it on the outside of the net. .38 minutes to go. And the goal kick is out of bounds.
Yeah, total miss hit right there.
It's kicked to Kalala in the middle of the field. And pressure from Malumba forces Kalala to kick it out. Long throw into Malumba. Shackley can't keep it, and Dieno will boot it out of bounds. It's going to be a long throw-in by Stone. It's out to Paternity. It gets deflected to Dieno. Paternity back to Dieno. And it's chipped up. Paternity will slip. Paternity gets it down out to Nedokovic, and Peace kicks it into the stands. Kalala gets it to Kierstead. It's out wide to Hattenback. Hattenback will cross it in. It's deflected out to Myers. Back to Hattenback. And it's almost taken away.
Boy, Hattenback has been all over the field. What a player.
And it's going to deflect off of Shackley for a Portland corner.
And you can see the two Portland players giving each other a pat on the back because that is hustle right there.
It's going to be taken by Paternity. It's over Kalala's head, but El Hag heads it out of bounds. And the throw-in goes out on the end line for a Westbrook goal kick with 35 minutes to go in this game. And it's deflected. It's up to Malumba, but it deflects to Littell.
Well, and the thing about that is that's what Portland needs to worry about, because the Westbrook player was just a few steps away from breaking it away on the Portland side, so they really do have to be careful here. They want to keep a clean sheet.
It's taken away by Hubba, but it's kicked to Kalala. Out wide to Najokovic. Fink will cross it in. And Tower was offsides from the header by Paternity. So it's the second offsides for Portland. .33.5 minutes to go. Diano kicks it off of Paternity. No, it was Fink that he kicked it off of, but it's a foul for Portland.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate. And the thing is, you know, when you kick it that close and that hard, whoever you hit, it's going to hurt for a smidge.
And the free kick by David Kahaba is out of bounds. Under 33 minutes to go in this game. It gets to Najokovic, and it's saved by McCarthy from Paternity. It stays in. Tower will chip it in from Najokovic. And so Brady Tower makes it 5-0 for Portland with 32 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, unfortunately for Westbrook, the goalie made one heck of a save, but the ball came right back out to a wide open Portland player.
And if this result holds, next week will be Portland versus Deering. It's offsides by Najokovic.
And it'll be an early sort of Turkey Day game. Portland Deering. But, you know, unfortunately, in the playoffs, when Portland and Deering play, only one team gets to continue on. But that guarantees that Portland will have at least one team going on.
Stone can't bring it in front of him. Tower, and it's kicked to McCarthy. 31.5 minutes to go. Kierstead heads it back to Littell.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure he meant to head it back in that direction, but it all worked out okay.
And we're going to get some substitutes.
Yeah, that's a big group for both teams subbing in. So we may be seeing some players who don't normally get a lot of playing time in.
It's kicked up by Diano. Howe will head it into space. Nabi can't get it to Shackley. Paternity to Myers, out to Howe. Howe kicks it up to Paternity.
Wow. He did a
And it's going to be an offsides.
by a mile.
Yeah,
Two players.
Kalala Didn't time the run correctly. If it was kicked a half a second earlier, he would have had a wide open breakaway.
Yeah. But we're seeing some good footwork by the Portland players getting around some of the Westbrook players to move the ball up. Pretty impressive.
Howe will get it out to Malones, and he can't keep it in. It's going to be a throw-in for Westbrook. .29 to go. Ryan Stone will have a long throw-in. It's kicked away by Myers. It's quickly up to Samuel. Samuel will get by McCarthy. And Samuel can't get it in.
Oh. Just couldn't keep control of it. And you could hear the fans here on the Portland side were like, yay, oh no. But yeah, not much you could do about that. It's just, that's the way the ball bounced. And
Walsh, and it's deflected off of Dieno. So it's going to be the first corner for Westbrook. Comes with 27 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game.
Well, maybe the next time for the Portland player, things will turn out a little bit different. Samuel, and it's like sometimes when you get an open shot and you roof it, it's just one of those things.
Cahuba will take the corner. It's just tipped by Littell. There was a Westbrook player right there to head it in. Hattenback will get it to, and it was an offsides by Samuel.
Oh, just a few feet. But, there you go. I mean, Samuel, just a few feet. He could have gotten that goal to make up for the last one. But, it's really good to see the push here that Portland's making. I mean, if they're going to continue on in the playoffs, this is how they're going to have to play. And the passing has been extremely good in this game.
Especially against a Deering team that just the last game of the season beat Scarborough 3-1. So Deering is going to be a tough team to play.
Yeah, I mean, Deering's had their moments where they look unbeatable. They've had a couple bumps in the road to the playoffs, but they're a force to be reckoned with.
And so for this Portland team, they have their work cut out for them.
But, seeing them play today, I mean, they look really good, and I think, Mr. Franzilli's going to have them well prepared for the game on Wednesday. And I think this game is going to put Deering on notice that, this Portland team is not going to be a pushover.
It's taken down by Shackley, and Shackley shanks it out of bounds. Under 25 minutes to go in this game.
And I do call him Mr. Franzilli because, as I've probably said in other previous games, he was my my gym coach in middle school.
It's kicked away by Stone. It's kept in by Malumba. And Shackley kicked it to Howe. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a long throw in. And it's off of Tidd into Littell's arms. Samuel will get by the defender. It was Leclerc. It's going to be a Portland throw-in with 23 and a half minutes to go.
And I also got to say that between Hadback and Samuel on the outside, running down the sidelines and putting pressure on, this Portland team has speed.
Portland now starting to dip into their bench. Under 23 minutes to go, having a 5-0 lead. Portland will have a corner. It's going to be taken by Nick Paternity. It's headed away by Nobby. Howe will get it out to Fink. Fink will kick it off of Mohammed. And it's going to be out of bounds. Under 22 minutes to go. And it's a throw-in violation for Westbrook.
And Portland gets the ball all the way down.
And they're going to take a short throw-in, trying to run some of this clock down.
Maybe try to get another corner, which they did.
So this is their 6th corner of the game. Oliver Hattenback will take it. It's going to be off of Shackley for another corner. Gets deflected back to Hattenback. Hattenback keeps it in. And it's kicked out of bounds by Hamid. kicked up to Samuel. Paternity will take a long shot, and it's going to roll out of bounds. 20 minutes to go in this game. Portland starting to take out their starters. It's going to be kicked long. Littell will run to the ball. And it's kicked away by Leclerc.
And so we'll have a chance to see here what some of the subs for Portland can do. Because they'll be the future of this team going forward.
Especially with Portland having 19 seniors. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Leclerc. It's going to be a throw in by Lange. And Portland has a lot of juniors, so they'll have another large senior class next year. It's taken away. Hunter can't bring it down. It gets to Moss. Tid. Hunter can't bring it down. It's taken away. And it's going to roll into the 18-yard box where Littell picks it up. And so running through some of these players that are going to be seniors next year. Hattenback will get into the 18-yard box. And it's in.
Oh, my goodness.
So Oliver Hattenback on the end line kicks it into the net for a hat trick.
I have no idea how that ball made it in. That was amazing. It had to have a little bit of spin to it because he was on the end line.
And so for the last home game for Oliver Hattenback, he gets a hat trick. And so Portland up quickly. It's taken down by Ali, and it's going to roll out of bounds for a goal kick. So the Max Kierstead will be a senior next year. Ford Myers will be a senior next year. Brandon Chacon will be a senior next year. Moise Clement will be a senior next year. Martin Kalala will be a senior. And Cristo Manuel Burrito will be a senior next year. And so we'll see what Portland can do the rest of this season.
I mean, they do really have a good team. You know, their record may not have shown it in where they were seeded for the playoffs, but I mean, as the season's gone along, they have really played better.
It's stopped by Lange. Lange can't cross it in. Gets almost out of bounds, but it's kicked away by Mavungu. And it looks like we might get a goalkeeper change with 14 and a half minutes to go.
And we have a corner.
Christmas will take it, and McCarthy comes out and grabs the ball. And it's going to be a corner for Westbrook. And so Portland had a 9-5 record, and all of their losses came to the top teams. And so for Portland, their defense was great in those games. It's just about scoring.
Yeah.
There was a 1-0 loss to Scarborough and Marshwood. They lost in overtime against South Portland, the number 5th seed, 1-0. And they lost 2-0 to Gorham. And so they'll play Deering for the first time this season. And so they got to take those games against those top teams and learn from what they did wrong in those games and fix those, and then take what they did well in those games and implement that into the Deering game.
And, you know, and as you said, their only losses were to the very top teams. And so there's not much you can do about that except improve, as you said, in certain areas. But the way they're playing today shows
It's a save by Littell.
You know, it shows that they're totally capable of getting past some of those top teams. The passing today's been great. The speed, the hard work. I mean, that's what you really need, and it's shown up today.
Corner is being taken by Mo Hamed. It's out of bounds for a Portland throw-in. Just over 11 minutes to go in this game. Christmas will get it out to Zhao. It's to Moss. And McCarthy will get the save. It's going to roll out of bounds on Ali. Under 10 minutes to go. And it's kicked out of bounds by Orlena.
Yeah, that was he did everything that he could to get that ball away from the Westbrook player and had to kick it out. So he didn't make it around the corner. That was a good struggle over there, and he got the ball.
It's going to be a long throw in by Stone. Tidd heads it away, and it's kicked up the field by Lange. And it's going to be kicked out by Victor Kayembe. So I believe all of Portland's starters are now out of the game. It's a good show of sportsmanship. It also is good for Portland to take out their starters. And it's kicked out of bounds. It was kicked out by LaCroix.
Well, you know, and these players for Portland, they're gonna have 8 or 9 minutes of actual game time to get some experience here. Not that they don't have experience, but you know, they're having a good chunk of playing time.
And it's going to go out of bounds on Westbrook. Hunter will kick it back to Malones. And it's taken away by Ahmed. And it's saved by Littell. Six and a half minutes to go. And LaCroix can't get there before it rolls out of bounds. It's Littell, and it's saved. Portland keeps the clean sheet at the moment.
Wow. 2 saves by non-goalie. Wow. That is amazing. That you couldn't ask for anything more from your defense than what you just saw. And if you're the goalie, you got to be thankful for two teammates like that can just step right in and stop the ball from going in.
It's out wide to Orellana. Can't keep it in. Under 5 minutes to go.
And the other thing that you do have to worry about when you have non-goalies blocking the ball from going in the net is a handball.
And Littell is there to save it from Malumba. Lange will kick it out. 3.5 minutes to go. And the clock will
And we
clock
got
should stop.
a Poland player getting up kind of slow.
Hopefully it's nothing serious.
He's walking a little slow. So they're trying to fix the clock. They got it correct now because it did need to stop for the injury.
Yeah, and at this point with a 6-goal lead, it is running time. Throwing is long, and it's going to be picked up by Littell. Quickly taken out to Howe.
Oh, nice. Oh, he just overruns it.
And it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Victor Kayembe. Malones. Shackley will take the ball away. Moss kicks it to Hunter.
Oh, nice touch to move the ball forward.
Zhao will get it to LaCroix. And it's saved by McCarthy.
Oh, and you could see the Poland player shuffling his feet there after that going, darn.
And that was Edgar Alvarez.
Everything but the goal, Edgar. Sorry. And you do have to be careful, too, that you don't kick the goalie.
Alvarez passes it back to Hunter. And it's an offsides by Michael LaCroix. Clock will roll down to 1.5 minutes left. It's mishit by Moss. Taken by Kahaba. And it's going to roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Under a minute to go. Howe can't bring it down. It's going to be Ryan Stone to take the free kick. And Littell is there with the save, and it's booted up the field. 30 seconds to go. LaCroix will head it into the 18-yard box. It's kicked away. It gets to, and there's a player down.
Players back up.
Austin Leclerc gets up. And with only 12 seconds to go,
the referee's asking for the ball to be placed where he is, and it's a Portland free kick.
and Howe is telling everyone to get up.
Maybe 12.8 seconds, but these Portland players are not giving up the last 12.8 seconds, and
And the header from LaCroix couldn't get to Malones. And the horn will sound. Portland players running on the field as they celebrate this preliminary win.
and it's a pretty impressive win.
And Portland will have to travel to Memorial Field to play Deering on Wednesday. So it's the battle of the Portland Public Schools.
And it will be a battle. I can envision it'll be 80 minutes of extreme play. So looking forward to being able to cover that game.
And I mean, this Portland team is definitely capable of beating those top teams.
They are.
They just have to get the ball into the back of the net. That's been their downfall against these top teams, is that they just can't score in those games. And then those teams, once they get the first goal, Portland has to play from behind.
And that's always tough in soccer, because all it takes is one goal to win, and as Portland has seen throughout this season. And so when you're trying to play from behind, it's tough. And so second half goals, Seth?
And so it was Brady Tower from Kosta Nedeljkovic and Oliver Hattenbach getting his third goal to get a hat trick. And like I said earlier in the broadcast, this is the last home game for these 19 seniors, but it won't be their last game. And I mean, running through some of these numbers for the season, this is their 15th game. 6 of them have been shutouts, including the 6-0 victory over Westbrook. And 3 of the games, they've only allowed 1 goal. So 9 out of the 15, they allowed one or no goals. And so they're going to have to play some really good defense against Deering. And like you said, it's going to be exciting. And and it's probably going to be another low-scoring game because even Deering's defense is really good.
Yeah, and I have to say that both teams, having watched and filmed both teams this season, they have speed on the outside. And if that speed on the outside can get around the corner and dump that ball off in front of the net, we're going to see some amazing plays. I have no doubt about it.
And so at the end of this one, Portland is victorious 6-0 in the 7-10 preliminary matchup against Westbrook. Saying so long, this has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools. Saying good night.
And we'll catch you next time.